witches.
Hi, hello, welcome back to part 2 of Secrets of Starlight Lake. Look, I'm trying to get used to this booth, okay? And my mic was like sitting on my interface, and so it's going to be in the camera view, and that's fine.
Listen, this week, mind you, it is Monday evening that we are recording this. And this week
It's
has
a
already
week.
been long, okay? So
I didn't get to relax this weekend. Will had me doing shit, and I'm like,
yeah, me neither.
no.
It's been a weekend already, or a week already. And so just who knows what the fuck's gonna come out of my mouth tonight? We'll see. But anyway, we left off with Bridget and the girls about to enter the polar vault at the end of chapter 14. And the beginning of chapter 15, we switch and we're with Caradwyn. And she's getting ready for her date. And it's really cute.
I'm actually really excited about this. Like, it's a nice healing moment for her. I know her husband passed, and I know, like, some people are like, I'll never get married again after my husband passes or something like that. But, like, she's so young. She's got a child. Like, she needs to not worry about betrayal or guilt or anything like that. She needs to live her life, and
yeah, she needs to have something for herself as well.
yeah.
And so
So
she gets
this is
picked up
nice just for her to
date.
have a night. And she's nervous, and I love it.
Yeah.
She's like doing her hair, doing her makeup, and of course she's using magic to kind of help her. And she wanted this like nice little
like shimmer.
Yeah, something to kind of help her complexion or something like that. And then it ended up kind of backfiring. And the tips of her red hair were lavender. She was upset. She goes, I just wanted a little sparkle, not a unicorn sneeze. And then now she smells like sugared violets and leaving a faint sheen behind. And then she's like, actually, this is not that bad. And she doesn't really have time to change because somebody's at her door, so she's got to go.
And there they go. And
I didn't realize Marla was married to the other officer. For some reason, I thought Marla was single too. And it was going to be like a double date.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
So I was like, oh, that's cute. Like 2 double dates. And then I guess we'll get back to, I guess what happens at the diner when we return.
When we get there. Yeah, because then we jump to the girls. And there's like as always, there's a capsule, and there's 2 objects inside, a scroll, and a silver pocket watch. And when she picks up the pocket watch, she hears her dad's voice. Basically saying that time has shifted again.
Mm-hmm. What if... Okay, so we're talking about timelines here. And Rowan's going back to find or to fix something. Like, he wants to go back in time to fix what he fucked up. What if there's multiple timelines and the multiple timelines end up converging together? And then what if her dad, like, what if Duncan never died? And what if he's still alive?
Yeah, maybe. Could be.
Maybe Sarah needs to chill out just a second until the end of this book and then go on your dates, just in case.
Nah. But yeah, and then there's like a really cryptic poem thing about like a choice cracked the circle. And now one searches for the power to rewrite. So I'm assuming Crack the Circle is talking about the Starlight Lounge. And And then the one searching for power to rewrite is Rowan. And then it says, but the third, the one with fire, must decide what kind of bridge to build. Um, and I'm like,
Well, and we
is
know who
that
two
Bridget
of the.
or is that Aurelia?
Well, here's the thing. We know who two of the three are, right? One's Harris, one Rowan, and then the other one that's like a random third one. What if it's Duncan? Because he calls her Firebird. And so what if Duncan is the last person, the one with the fire or whatever, and it
Yeah,
ends up being Bridget having to help because
because
she
of she has his
is,
fire.
yeah.
That makes sense.
I don't know who is who, like who the builder was, who the architect or the guardian was. To me, honestly, I feel like the builder would have been Nick, but he's
Yeah,
not.
well,
And maybe Duncan was the guardian.
yeah,
Maybe Harris was the builder, Roan was the architect. Because I don't I feel like I read that maybe the architect was the one that like fucked it all up, and then the guardian's Duncan. But I guess we'll find out.
and we'll find out. And then we go back to the date. Um, and they're at like a diner and they're gonna eat, and it's like, I don't know, she's cute.
Well, and this is where we find out that Marlo and Christopher or Chris are actually married because
Yeah,
she- there's a scene where it's like Marlo chuckled, proud to have her hubby share a bit of his other special interest with others. And I'm like, wait, what? Hold on, who?
yeah, yep,
Maybe that was something that was in another book that it was like kind of one of those like minor details that you like
yeah,
just read in passing, you don't realize it's gonna come back.
yeah. And Bridget, or not Bridget, Carrie makes a comment about, um, I forgot about this place. And they're like, you've been here before? And she's like, oh no, this is my first time. But Bafana told me about it briefly when I was still grieving. She said the syrup here could heal broken hearts if paired with the right kind of company. And I'm like, that bitch knew what was coming.
She knows. And honestly, like just the sound of the syrup sounds delicious. It's moonberry syrup. I tell you what,
Yeah.
I want some.
Yep. And then
But
they just have this cute little moment. Like
and
she tells him,
it's just so
uh,
cute because you could tell how nervous he is, and the other two leave. They're like, "All right, this is our cue to go. Bye."
oh yeah, yeah. And he tells her about making a wish on a shooting star and wishing for peace. Um, we never do find out what her something odd is. Or no, she said only, he said, can I tell you something a little odd? And she said, only if I can top it with something stranger. But then she never does say anything stranger, at least not that we are aware of. But as he says peace, there's a flicker of light outside. And it's the Starlight Lounge. It shimmers in and out of view, and then it's gone. Um, and that was probably because um Bridget
Starlight Lounge or something like
uh
that.
yeah, Bridget finished reading the like spell prophecy, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, that's the end of that chapter.
And I wonder if it was something too about like I wonder if it had something like if what she was going to say to him, like her something stranger, um, if it had something to do with like healing or like going out or like feeling like guilty, like something that she would tell like a therapist kind of thing, you know?
Maybe.
But We're having some technical difficulties. But yeah, so that's the end of chapter 15, and we go on to chapter 16. Um, and she is, not she, okay, I really need to figure out who it is. Bridget. Bridget is in the office with her therapist or whatever, Dr. T. Um, so she's doing like a therapy session. She tells Dr. T that like things feel heavier lately. And that's kind of like where they left off, I guess, last time. So that's kind of where they bring it up this time. And Bridget is kind of owning up to the fact that she feels like she is always carrying something a little too much. And that she is just kind of feeling, I would say, bogged down by it. Um, and she's always the person that she needs to know what to do or be the one who knows how to handle everything, and she just kind of wants to be that kid. Welcome back. I know, like I heard myself talk and then like it was a pause, or like I finished my sentence. I heard myself talk and then you answered and then you were like, what the fuck? And I'm like, "Oh, we got technical difficulties. That's what."
Yeah, it like kicked me out basically and was like, test your internet connection. But like I have good internet and I did the test and it said it's fine. So we'll try again.
Hello?
So, hello? Oh no.
Same. This is what happens when Will does not disconnect from my headphones.
Oh, okay. So you can still hear me though, or
He
probably still
fucks
hear me.
everything up. Okay, well, you can hear me, so let me just tell you what I just got done saying. So I just got done saying that she's at therapy with Dr. T in chapter 16, and how she's feeling bogged down and having to know everything. I'm gonna back out and come right back in. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, I just said that that's one of my favorite things about this series is how the importance placed on and the normalization of therapy and mental health care. Like they really they really emphasize that and make it like going to therapy and taking care of your mental health is like a normal thing and they don't make it a weird thing. And I really like that about this series. Why is your face frozen now?
Oh, because I
Oh, there
haven't
you are.
moved.
Okay.
Because I turned my headphones off, and then when I turned it back on, it reconnected to his phone, and so I was waiting for, like, I didn't want to say anything, and then them hear me talk.
Oh, okay.
So I was waiting for him to disconnect again. But I can hear you, so I guess I didn't have to leave.
Okay. Um,
All right, sorry.
but yeah, she talks in therapy about like Bridget talks in therapy about like her dad and about how she's having trouble connecting with other people. And she kind of talks about how she doesn't want to be in charge. She doesn't want to be the leader of this situation, but she kind of is. And then we jump to Carrie, who is walking through the forest, following a will-o'-the-wisp.
Listen, if Brave ever taught you anything, you don't really do that.
Yeah, well,
Well, I guess in Brave you do that, but in actual Scottish folklore, you don't do that.
yeah. And she found the Verdant Wish. But you know what we don't have any more information about? The date and how that went. We just fucked off about that. That's what I want to hear about. Don't give a damn about the stupid flower.
We'll get to the flower in a second. We want to know about the date right now.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Also, what was she going to say?
Right. Ugh. And then it's chapter 17.
Kind of looks like a lily. I do kind of enjoy that, like, they add the drawings to it.
Yeah. It kind of looks like a combination of a lily and like a hibiscus. Like the Hawaiian kind of.
Yeah, like it kind of looks like my
Yeah.
tattoo in a way. Yeah, I can see
It's
the
pretty.
hibiscus. I can see that. Yeah, it is. Um, all right. Chapter 17, we're with the girls, and Mary's getting pissed at this point.
Because no one's responding to the text messages. And like, have we not learned over and over and over again our lesson that we need to communicate? And Bridget is like, so Mary is frustrated at the girls for not responding, and Bridget is frustrated and like, she's like, what'd she say? Oh, her phone buzzed again. Another message from Mary. Bridget turned away. She wanted to be the girl who answered, the one who shared everything with her friends, the one who trusted they'd understand. But right now, the truth felt too big and too close. Okay, but you still need to respond to the text. At least respond and
Yeah,
be like, hey, I see your messages. I'm having a rough time right now. I'm not really ready to talk. We'll talk later.
yeah. And here's the thing, you can tell, like, at one point in time, us teenagers probably would have done that.
Oh,
Like, we
yeah.
as teenagers would have done that. Like, there
Oh,
is
for sure.
no questioning. And of course, the adult us are like, fucking talk it out. It would be so
Yeah.
much better for you if you just talk it out. And it's frustrating to me as like somebody who's been there, done that kind of thing, that we are seeing the struggle. I get it, honey. I get it. But for the love of God, she's not asking you to lead today. She's asking you to listen as she tells
Right.
you her side of the story or the dream that she has or what's being weird.
Yeah.
Like, she's not asking you to lead.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. You don't want to lead, and that's perfectly fine. You don't have to lead. She's asking you to listen. And Morgan
Yeah.
ain't listening, so.
Yeah. And then, so Mary's frustrated and she decides to go to the library. Um, and she happens to run into Carrie and um, Marlo there. And she kind of makes a comment about how the girls, she
Or like ignoring
says,
her.
I'll help however I can, but the girls have kind of been blowing me off, so I don't know when that will realistically happen. Carrie's like, "They're what?" Like, she is not angry, but like protective and like, what is going
She's
on? And
frustrated that like they're doing this.
yeah,
And she brings it up in a later chapter too. She's just like,
she
have we
does.
not learned anything?
Yeah. And I was like, yes. But Mary and Mary had a flower in her dream, and when she gets to the library, she sees the flower on the table. And so her and Marlo and Carrie kind of talk about it a little bit. So yeah.
And it's really nice too because Marla, who has no freaking clue what's happening around anything, just knows that magic is a real thing, just goes like, the song you heard, there may be more verses to it, keep dreaming. And it's like, oh, yes, we love a
Yeah.
supportive queen.
Yes, we do.
But
And
yeah, so
then
that is.
yeah, then it's chapter 18, which I only wrote one thing about chapter 18, which at first
Look,
I was like, "Oh, Morgan, no."
I
Because
know. Well, I legitimately thought it was, or I didn't realize it was a dream
I
at
didn't
first.
either. I didn't
So
either.
Morgan runs. She does a lot of jogging, running, whatever. And so she basically is doing just that. And I was like, that's skeptical because she comes across like a mushroom circle and she steps into it. And I'm like, I don't know this girl very well. I feel like she would know not to do that.
Right.
But maybe that's something that she, like, maybe this is different. Maybe this is like a protection, like a ward around like the Amberlight stones. Like, I get it. Um, and then she's like touching all the Amberlight stones. And then all of a sudden she's like, I summon the Stygian mist. I was like, absolutely the fuck not. You aren't.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically she's essentially telling the mist, like, quote, quid pro quo. Oh, God damn it. Quid pro quo. I do something for you, you do something for me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she like wakes up and it was a whole dream all along. And it's like,
Thank
but was
goodness.
it? But was it?
It better
because
have
Mary
been.
thought it was a dream, or Mary thought like she wasn't thinking anything of it, and then she got
Yeah,
possessed.
that's true. And then I didn't write anything about this, but she gets a text from like her old friends that she had before she met Bridget and goes and hangs out with them, which feels important, but
When the fuck did you get in here?
and so she's going to go have ice cream with her old friends, which is probably good for her, honestly. Like, yes, the girls are friends, but like having more friends is not probably a bad thing unless they're fake friends, I guess, but
At least have like, these are the friends I'll do this with. These are the friends I'll do that with.
yeah.
Scarlett, you go tell your daddy to give you food. She's in here licking the fuck out of her bowl, if you can't hear that.
I can hear it. I was trying to figure out what it was. I thought it was her tail like hitting something. Like she was wagging her tail.
She's got no food in her bowl. She already ate what was left in there. Now she's just licking it.
Mm-hmm. She said hello.
Bam.
Um,
Hey, excuse
but
me.
yeah, chapter 19 then. Bridget and Carrie are talking. Um, and are they in the garden? They're somewhere. Yeah, they're in the garden. And there's like a cluster of cicadas. And like the symbolism apparently is like a good thing. Like they represent the song of the soul, the truth that insists on being heard even after silence. And I'm like, they're symbols of resurrection. I'm like, that's great. Cicadas are fucking gross. They're fucking
I
gross.
I know when they were like cicada shells, I was like, ew.
Yeah. Fucking gross, okay?
Okay, listen. You can like bugs all you want, but the moment a cicada flies into your face and all you hear is the buzzing and you just feel the buzzing on your face
And
and
they're
like you just,
huge.
yeah, they're like this big. It's like the size of from my fucking eyeball to my mouth. Absolutely not. No, gross. They are disgusting. I actually read something the other day where it was like, oh, I love cicadas. It's just a sign of summer. And someone's like, I want to live my life like cicadas. And it's one of those like posts where you're just like,
Yeah.
this isn't going to be like wholesome, is it? It's going to be a little rated something or another that probably younger audiences should not be listening to. And someone's like, yeah, I just want to be, free spirited like the cicadas. And someone's like, yeah, me too. All I do is scream, fuck, and die.
Yeah, right? Just sit in the tree and scream.
I was like, well, that's one way to live your life, I guess. You just scream it out and then fucking go die. That's literally what it was said. And I was like, yep, that wasn't wholesome at all. But that is so funny.
Oh my gosh. But
Will's
in
on
that,
call, so he apparently let her in.
okay.
So he can do a call.
Um,
Babysitting duties,
in all of that though, she kind of talks to her mom about talking to the girls. And then Morgan's at ice cream with her other two friends, and they do axe throwing randomly.
I was gonna say, what ice cream joint that is like an old school 50s like ice cream parlor have like
It
spin-off
has,
rooms?
yeah, it has a room filled with building facades and smaller furniture for small kids to play make believe. A quiet room with glass walls for guests who want a more tranquil and laid back experience with board games and tables. Um, and an axe throwing room. What? Okay. I mean, it
I know. I was
sounds
like,
cool.
is this like a Funland that
Right.
is an ice cream parlor? I don't know. I guess there was one ice cream parlor. A girl I went to college with. I went back home with her one fall break to go to like Cedar Point in Ohio, and that's where she's from. And there's like this ice cream place there. Absolutely loves it. She was so excited to take me there. When we went there, we got ice cream, and then she goes, "There's a carousel," and I was like, "What?" And there's a legitimate carousel. Kind of reminds you of like Living with the Land, like how it goes like super super slow, like around a circle. Um, it's a place where you could just sit and eat your ice cream, and it's just like a small revolving like little tiny carousel.
That's cute.
And I was like, okay, I can kind of get the vibes. I get it. Like that's understandable. Oh, oh, hello. There's a little puppy nose. Hi, puppies. You blend in.
um,
Hi, sweetnums.
but yeah, so they're at this ice cream place, and I think it was just like a healing moment for Morgan. Like she needed to kind of get away from it all for a minute.
Yeah,
And
just kind of
this
like
is how
be a
she did it.
teenager.
Yeah. And that is um the end of that chapter. So chapter 20, um there's like a weird blurb at the beginning. Like um
Yeah, I was talking about it says there was a mirror. I didn't recognize myself, but she knew my name. My face flickered like glitchy old TV static, a distortion I couldn't smooth. The room all around me was dark and swirling with the mist. When I woke up, it felt hard to breathe, almost like a heavy weight had been placed on my chest and stomach. We have no idea who
which
said that.
yeah, it's written like it's like in one of their journals, but we don't know whose journal it's written in. But we do
And
then go to Bridget.
it's it's Morgan.
Yeah, I
She's
kind of
got
felt
this.
like it was Morgan's dream because right before that, she's like, she didn't talk about the dream, but for now, this was enough.
Yeah, it's Morgan because of the script's the same.
Oh, okay.
Deductive reasoning skills.
I like it.
At least
Um,
my bachelor's is going to someplace.
and then Bridget gets pulled into one of her dad's memories.
Which is so weird to me because all she's doing is holding like a pocket watch and then she's just
Yeah,
like it stops ticking and all of a sudden boom.
yeah. And it's like Duncan is trying to find a way to integrate the timelines. But then they're like, the architect has gone rogue. He broke the law of return. The circle must
See?
break. Yeah,
Rowan's architect. I knew it.
yeah. Um, and so three votes to protect the artifact, three vote to destroy it, and three don't vote, and three disappear. Rowan among them. And the artifact being the it's the sundial, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. Um, and then Bridget comes back to herself, but like, yikes.
I just noticed there's a little mermaid on here. Like I knew it was going to be a mermaid, but like I just realized that there's actually like a little mermaid here.
Oh, yeah. Huh. Um,
That's what happens when you actually like are inspecting the sundial on the front of the page. You see like a little hidden. Anyways,
yeah. And then Bridget goes to see Harris, and is talking to him about that memory that she just saw. Um, and he tells her, like, you need to share all of this with your friends. And because
yeah,
Mary
because they
texts.
and they tried to the council tried to erase Rowan from memory.
Yeah.
So like they effed up bad.
Yep.
But
And
it's because Rowan, he's trying to rewrite it all, and Harris goes because he remembers, but not the way it happened, not the love that was lost, only his betrayal, and that kind of wound warps even the brightest soul. And so he basically is saying like we don't rewrite the past, we witness it, we carry it, and we choose differently. And I think the idea of the story for a lot of our characters too, not just Rowan, is to like essentially not relish in the the past so much. Like, live it, either enjoy it or learn from it, and then, like, choose differently and move on. And it's like a life lesson, even some of our characters need to learn. And it's something that Sari's learning.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie, Sari, whatever.
I
Saradwin.
don't know.
It's something that she's learning too with the not necessarily moving on from her husband, but like not feeling as guilty and like trying to enjoy life again
Mm-hmm.
without feeling that guilt of her husband not being there to enjoy it with her.
Yep. Um, chapter 21. They're at school and everything is awkward. Um, and Morgan is still hanging out with her other friends. Um, Mary tries to sit down with Bridget, but that's not going well either. So Mary walks away. So they're kind of all still not not fixing it, which is annoying because over and over and over in this book they keep talking about needing to fix things, and I'm just certain that the rift between the three of them is one of those things that needs fixed.
Well, and it's kind of one of those too, not that it's like the miss, but there's something within them that keeps pushing them away from each other.
Yeah.
And we obviously see it's self-doubt, it's the stingy and miss kind of pushing one away, and then it's the other one like feeling alone. So it's like, shut up and talk to each other. It'll fix it all.
Mhm.
And maybe if it'll fix that, it'll fix everything else.
Mhm. Yep. And then we see my favorite character again.
Oh,
um Bradford and Carrie or Sari, and he has like this crisis that he's trying to figure out because the stage is facing the setting sun and it's like not giving the vibes that he wants, and she naturally just fixes it in like just a thought with a thought. um and I love their friendship and their energy, and I'm excited about this festival. And that's all I got for that chapter.
yeah, the festival sounds fun.
Um, chapter 22. Now, Carrie is at therapy.
This is kind of where
Uh,
we learn a little bit more about her, like, healing.
yeah. And she's like, I'm always the reliable one, the grounded one, the old soul. Um, she says, like I'm a lighthouse, tall, sturdy, lighting the way for others, but always alone on the edge of the sea. And she's like, that is a survival strategy. Like you're pretending like you don't need any help and like that you can just do everything for everyone. And that's great, but survival isn't the same as living. Um, and Carrie talks about how she worries that if she stops grieving, then that means she's letting him go and that she'll forget him. And Dr. T kind of walks her through that. Like, you're not erasing him, you are becoming someone who can carry him and something new, is what she says. And so they have like a little therapy session, and I love it. And then finally, the three girls are in the same room and they start to talk it out a little bit
Did we
because
ever,
of Carrie.
speaking of Carrie, did we ever actually figure out that it's Saradwin, pronounced Saradwin, or is it pronounced Caradwin?
I don't remember. I am sure that Dalia told us in the first episode. but that was such a long time ago that I don't remember.
I know, because like now that I'm looking it up, it's saying with a K, and I'm like, well, why do I have like the like it's in my brain that it's a S sound? All
I
right,
don't know.
whatever. We're gonna continue to butcher it like we do every other fantasy name.
It's totally fine.
It
It's
happens.
totes fine. But yeah, they're like talking it out and uh Carrie's kind of supporting them through it. She's like, I don't need harmony. I don't need you all to be like hunky dory, but I do need you to be honest with each other and I need you to communicate. Um,
Yeah, 'cause she
and
says like the truth is like you're about to deal with something far deeper and far older than any of us, and the truth is it will twist you if you're already splintering inside.
yeah.
And they all are. So
Mm-hmm. And then in chapter 23, so at the end of chapter 22, she's like, come with me. She's going to show them something. And she, at chapter 23, takes them to the Starlight Lounge. Um, because they're going to start a ritual with her to heal the Starlight Lounge. And they find this book while they're there. Um,
it's
and
like
it
singing like a song.
to Mary specifically. Um, and so she picks it up and it says Starlight. Is that how you say it? A
A
Starlight?
starlight, I think it is.
A
It's like
Starlight
saying a starlight, but without the T.
T. Okay, so a Starlight, which is Morgan's name. Um, and they find a family tree in it. Um, and they also find out that the Starlight family were portal protectors, so they were the guardians.
So, well, in that, what's so weird is Rowan is a starlight. So, like, he should technically have been the guardian, but he said the
He's the architect, yeah.
architect.
Mm,
Mm.
don't know, but the only thing I wrote about the chapter is that like they start the ritual with her, and then um
Wait, they're the guardian portals. They're not the guardians of
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 the
of
that's
of.
right, of the lounge
Yeah. Okay. So that's making it more sense that Duncan, with his last name Balefire, is the guardian.
is yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm my pregnancy brain's clicking two and two together here. Well,
um but yeah, Bridget's just like, I have to do the rest alone, and I'm just like, but why though? But that's chapter 23. Chapter 24. Oh, sorry. Chapter 24 is where she's like, she has to do it alone. And I'm like, but why though? I just skipped that
it's
in
fine.
my
It's
notes,
fine.
not in the book. Um,
It's a small chapter, so it's fine.
it is. They're looking at the book a little bit more, and then they see a photograph and they see a sundial in the photograph, and they're like, oh, um, it's similar to the one in Bafana's garden, but it's not the same one. Um, and then Carrie basically kicks them out. She's like, bye.
I gotta finish
um,
this. Thanks.
yeah, I got to do this alone. Um,
And
and then
they end up having like a sleepover over at the manor, which is
Mhm.
kind of like how they did at Mary's, but different. This time they're gonna not necessarily focus on it, but they're gonna do a few things to kind of help bring, kind of talk it over. Um,
yeah.
It's a different type of sleepover. Like it's not fun, but it's not going to be like all like work and no play kind of thing. It's like a recharge.
Yeah.
But yeah. So then chapter
Chapter
25,
25. Um, the lounge is healed,
the
pretty
lounging.
much. And the girls all drift off to their own pocket of silence, writing in their journals. And their journals are so them. Like, Bridget is like, I can't let everybody down. I wish it was clear what I need to do. I'm nervous. I'm anxious. I'm worried. Mary is like, kind of like stepping into her magic almost. She's like, my body remembers what my brain forgot. I'm starting to understand the songs from my dreams. I'm excited. She's very her. And then Morgan just draws a picture of an otter.
Yeah. And then she's like, "Oh, I'm getting better at this."
Yeah. And then they go to check if the sundial in the garden is the same sundial. And it's not. And then Carrie has this cute little moment where she like goes into a meadow. And I don't know if this is a dream. I think it is a dream. It is a dream. But it's kind of one of those dreams. Um, Duncan is there. Um, and he's like, you didn't leave me behind. You carried me with you every step. It's your turn to bloom. Um, and he's basically like giving her permission to love someone new.
Yeah. Which is really nice because
Yeah, she deserves that.
Mhm.
And I wrote, I'm not crying, you are. Okay.
but
Last
she's ready
chapter
to
for this
grow now.
episode. Yes, she is. Um, this is wild. So they pull another tarot card after they wake up. Um, her mom left them donuts. They eat some donuts and they pull a tarot card and it's the high priestess again. Um, and they, what the fuck? Oh, they say that they're going to have to give a dream, a truth, and a fear for whatever. And I'm like, that's weird. Um, but Mary is like
Do you
thinking
think
about the
they
song. Oh,
do you think they have to all do it at this like all of that? Like Bridget do the three and then Morgan do the three, or is it like a fear from Mary or a dream from
I was wondering that because it feels like a
because
dream from Mary, a fear from Bridget, and a truth from Morgan. That's what makes sense to me. And those are the ones that, well, I guess Mary said fear.
I was gonna
I
say I
don't
feel
know.
like Mary could be fear, Bridget is not a dream. I feel like Morgan's the dream because Morgan continuously says like she wants someone to see her as
Yeah.
like more than just who she is, kind of thing, like something more. So I feel, and then Mary is always fearful that like, she's going to be left behind.
Yep. But then
And
she
I forget
starts
the other one.
like singing the song in her head from her dream. And she realizes that it's a spell and she just translates it somehow. Um, but they are headed to, they're walking into the woods, I think, and all of a sudden they're having a conversation and Mary's like, yeah, we're all going to have to give those three things. And Morgan's like, "Oh, lovely, just wonderful, color me thrilled." And Bridget's like, "Stop. We haven't it's not like we haven't had to deal with these things before." And in her head, Morgan says, "I know, that's exactly why I'm annoyed." And Mary goes, "Well, I'm sorry you're annoyed," because she heard her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so there Mary is finding her magic.
Because she's a mermaid.
She's a mermaid. And then later, as they get to the lake, all of a sudden, a wave of aquamarine light bursts forth. The cavern comes alive. In the center of it all, Mary stands, hair lifting slightly, like it's floating underwater. Um, and all of a sudden, tiny scales flicker across her cheeks and arms, and then fade away. And then a portal opens, kind of.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like, it's not necessarily a portal, but like a passageway.
yeah. Um, and it's Aurelia letting them through. And that's the end of the chapter and this episode.
Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep, so they go towards the glowing passageway, and they're like, "Where are we going?" And it's like, just, you'll find out.
Yeah, just trust.
And that is the end of The Secrets of Starlight Lake Part 2.
Yeah, it is.
So, until next time.
Bye.